The other day, I found myself in a deep conversation with a woman who is in one of my mastermind groups. Now, this isn't just any client, but she's become a true friend that I've been mentoring for a couple of years now. Her business growth and her personal transformation has been, to say the least, staggering. Over that time, there were moments that she jumped for joy, occasions when she shed some tears, and quite honestly, a whole bunch of stuff in between. Now, she has dramatically upgraded over this time. She's upgraded her team, her sales, her profits, and herself. She's extremely driven and rarely, if ever, takes her foot off the gas. Now, this allure, this obsession, potentially an addiction when we build a company from scratch, man, oh man, it's like when your business on day one is just you, a dream, and some Post-it notes. Now, that's pretty special. It's pretty scary, but it's pretty special. And as you grow and ascend to that next level, your business skills, your mental toughness, and your emotional capacity must evolve. At times, this evolution is so fast and it's so relentless that this period of change can be massively overwhelming. Communicating with your employees, managing your time, maximizing sales, and simultaneously, you need to be the leader. You need to be the top of the pyramid. It can be unbelievably challenging. Now, the analogy I'll use, because I'm a mountain biker, it's like blasting down a single track trail to find a rock ledge, suddenly jump in front of you, and as you're flying through the air, you need to figure out how to land. You've heard the saying, you got to build the plane while you're flying it. It's crazy. I get it. Now, at the center of this hurricane of activity, it's you who stands alone. You are forced to make the tough calls, chart the course through these rough waters, and develop the strategy for both the immediate future and for the long term. It's you who must analyze your players and figure out which teammates can rise to the occasion during this growth period. Can they weather the storm? And are there some employees who merely want to remain in the eye of the storm where things seem calmer? It's an uncomfortable truth, but not every one of your employees is going to be excited with crazy growth or rapid change. When you are taking your company into uncharted territories, into the future that exists only in your mind, it can be a journey that is laced with doubt and uncertainty. There will be times when you question your investments, your acquisitions, your strategies, your employees, and there will be times you even question yourself. Decisions can weigh heavy on your heart, your mind, and your soul, and sometimes getting a good night's sleep is simply out of the question. It's not going to happen. No matter what level of entrepreneur you are, there will be those quiet times when you must trust your gut, take the plunge, make the call. The challenge is validation, congratulations, attaboys and attagirls. These are things that we as leaders, CEOs, we seldom receive. This is where the power of self-talk, reflection, and gratitude comes into play. There are times when you must be your own cheerleader. This isn't about becoming complacent or slowing down. It's about taking a moment, even if it's a very short moment, to acknowledge and be proud of your accomplishments. There's that old saying, you've heard it, it's lonely at the top. It is a reality when you're an entrepreneur. Starting, growing, and running a company is, to me, one of the most rewarding things that we can do during this journey called life. I guess it comes in second only to raising my 2 kids or finding my soulmate Donna. It is an endeavor that oftentimes demands every fiber of our being, every waking moment. It's about nurturing our idea from infant into a happy, healthy, confident company that will eventually stand on its own. You are the beating heart of your enterprise. You, the visionary who dared to dream, who's now seeing that dream grow and flourish. I salute you and extend to you my heartfelt congratulations. It is a tough road. Being the captain of your ship can sometimes feel like the loneliest place on earth, but I challenge you, please take some time to honor your journey, to honor yourself, to appreciate the sweat and tears that you've poured into this. After all, you've earned it. You may not be at your finish line. You may be far from making the money you want or having the time freedom that you've heard about, having the ideal team in place, having all your employees, or even making the impact that you're dreaming about. When I shared this idea with my client, Her speedboat was blasting over the tops of the waves. She's going 100 miles an hour. I encouraged her to pull back on the throttle and shut the engine down. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and spent a short minute reflecting on how far she had come in the past year. You are turning your dream into reality. And for that, you deserve recognition and a pat on the back. Every now and then, you deserve that pat on the back. Be proud, be ecstatic. Your journey will continue tomorrow. And I know you will be relentless in the pursuit of your dream. But today, for a short moment, please look in the mirror. No matter what's going on, take a deep breath and say, I am so unbelievably proud of you. Every entrepreneur feels a burning passion deep within. It's not just a job or another professional venture. It's a whisper from our very soul urging us to make our mark, to change our little corner of the world and follow our dreams. This is why I am addicted to the spirit of entrepreneurship. I remember vividly a few years back when I was speaking at an event in San Diego. I was having breakfast and sharing insights with 10 highly driven entrepreneurs as part of a VIP experience at the event. I was so blessed to be able to spend a couple hours with these unbelievable visionaries as they shared their challenges, their wins, their losses. They weren't just any entrepreneurs. They were leaders of businesses that spanned from 1 to 10 million in sales. Each face around the table had a story of dreams pursued, risks taken, battles fought, some big honking wins, and unfortunately, some devastating, soul-crushing defeats. We had a visionary general contractor from Denver, the tech wizard from Seattle running an IT services company. There was the queen of confidence, I remember her vividly, a rock star from Dallas running 3 restaurants, a Air Force veteran from Connecticut with a team of 14 who was running a marketing agency. And there were a handful of other powerful, driven entrepreneurs sitting around a table having breakfast. Now, whenever you sit around with a bunch of self-made entrepreneurs, the conversations usually include intimate personal stories, highs and lows, ups and downs, and needless to say, this was a memory-filled morning where I was able to gain a true appreciation for their core DNA, their struggles, their dreams. I got it all. While the experience was beautiful, one conversation still haunts me to this day. It was a woman and a mom running a staffing agency. Her company for 8 years, 9 employees, and was living the very manifestation of her dreams. She spoke of her rapid growth, the nights she missed tucking her children into bed, and the immense pressure of depending on one major tech company for nearly half of her revenue. I felt the weight of her world as her voice broke, tears streaming down her cheeks as she shared the reality of her challenges. She was in unfamiliar territory. She had just passed $3 million in sales, was overwhelmed, and quite honestly, underprepared for the next step she needed to take. She was surrounded by storms and deep in the woods without a compass. Now, to me, this wasn't just another entrepreneur's plight. This was a heartfelt cry of someone who had poured everything into her dream. She had walked away from the security of corporate America, armed only with faith and determination. But sometimes even the mightiest warriors forget that they don't have to face every battle alone. Our entrepreneurial spirit oftentimes tricks us into thinking we are islands, and seeking help is a sign of weakness. The heartbreak of this tale? Well, the tech company that made up the majority of her sales eventually switched to another agency, and she ended up losing her dream. Her empire crumbled, and she ended up returning to corporate America. Now, every entrepreneur's journey is filled with unknowns, and while it's admirable to forge ahead with sheer willpower and mental toughness and hustle, it's equally crucial to recognize when it is time to seek guidance. Arrogance and pride have been the downfall of so many great entrepreneurs. And I speak from personal experience here, as my greatest failure in business can be directly related to my inability to swallow my pride and ask for help. Unfortunately, here's the challenge. The entire concept of entrepreneurship is about self-confidence. I can do this. I can change the world. I don't need anyone. I am going to venture on my own, and I know I will be successful. Trust me, I get it, because without this mindset on day one, you don't have a chance in hell of being successful. So herein lies the primary reason why most entrepreneurs will eventually fail. Yeah, that's right. Most will fail. The statistics reveal 25% of us will fail after year 1, 50% after 5 years, and a staggering 80% will fail by year 10. Entrepreneurship is the only sport where the longer you play, the greater your chance of death. So what should you do? Learning from your personal experiences is valuable, no question. But at times, the cost can be unbearably high in money, in time, and in spirit. Sitting at the feet of someone who has been there and done that, someone who has walked your path before, will not only propel your venture, but can also go a long way to solidifying your confidence, which is so important. From my own journey, I know the gut-wrenching pain of seeing a dream dissolve. Many years ago, I lost a business and felt the sting of regret, thinking, if only I had sought guidance earlier. So for all of you riding this amazing roller coaster of entrepreneurship, I implore you, seek mentorship, lean on others, and never let pride and ego blind you. The brutal reality is that most entrepreneurial ventures fail, but armed with wisdom, guidance, and humility, your dream will become your reality.